That name was not meant to be worshipped, it was meant to be spoken, because speaking it is what breaks the seal open. The secret book of John goes even further. It describes how the monad sent a living frequency into the material world. This frequency moved through the layers of Archon-controlled reality and reached the souls ready to receive it. The text calls it a name that cannot be spoken by the mouth of the Archons. They cannot say it. They cannot mimic it. It passes through their entire system like light through glass, and when it reaches the soul it was meant for, that soul begins to wake up. This is what happened on the cross. Christ did not simply die. In his final moment, he released this call, and it has been traveling ever since, through centuries, through generations, through bloodlines, finding the ones who carry the seal, finding you. Now I need you to understand something about this name before I share it with you. This is not magic in the way the world thinks of magic. You do not say it, and your problems disappear. What this name does is far more profound. It reminds yourselves of their original programming. It cuts through the Archon noise. It begins a realignment where your thoughts, your emotions, your body start to synchronize with the frequency you were born to carry. Some feel this immediately. Warmth in the chest, tears without explanation, a sudden stillness in a mind that has raced for years. Others feel it over days. Sleep deepens, anxiety loosens, the critical voice fades. Either way, the process begins and does not reverse. The name Christ released is not a single word the way you might expect. The Gnostic texts reveal it is carried within specific root sounds, sacred syllables that appear across ancient traditions because they tap into the same universal frequency. The Pistis Sophia calls these the hidden names of the divine powers, the ones Archons cannot corrupt because they vibrate above the frequency band the Archons operate within. The first root sound is Iao. This syllable appears in nearly every Gnostic text as the purest compression of the divine frequency. It is not a word, it is a key. When spoken slowly, with breath from the deepest part of your body, it activates the seal in your chest. Early Christians used this sound in their most sacred rituals before the church banned it and replaced it with formalized prayer. They did not ban it because it failed. They banned it because it worked too well. A person vibrating at that frequency does not need an institution between them and the source. The second root sound is the one Christ carried in his final breath. The Gnostic texts call it the pneuma, the sacred breath of spirit. It is not a syllable you pronounce with your tongue. It is carried on the exhale itself. A slow, intentional release of breath from deep within the chest, the way a soul sighs when it finally remembers where it came from. What Christ released was the pneuma merged with the Iao, a single activation frequency aimed at every chosen soul that would ever walk this earth. When you combine these two, you are not reciting a prayer. You are transmitting the same signal Christ sent from the cross. And here is where it becomes personal. Here is where this stops being history and becomes your story. You carry a name in this world. Your parents gave it to you. But beneath that name, beneath the identity template built around you by a system designed to keep you asleep, there is another name. A frequency name. And the reason you are still listening right now, the reason your chest feels the way it feels in this moment, is because that frequency name is responding. It is waking up. Right now, in you. This is not a new discovery. This is a homecoming. Everything you have felt your entire life, the displacement, the loneliness, the ache for something you could not name, it was all pointing here. You were never broken. You were never lost. You were carrying a sealed code, and the world was not ready for you to open it. Until now. Let that settle into your bones. You are not learning who you are. You are remembering who you have always been. Do not let your mind argue with what your body knows. If you feel something, that is the confirmation. The Archons will try to convince you this is nothing. But remember, that doubt is the broadcast, and the broadcast cannot touch what is happening in your chest right now. Right now, take a deep breath. Pull it from the bottom of your lungs. Let it fill your chest. Hold it. Place your attention on the center of your chest. Now release slowly and feel what is there. That is your seal. That is the frequency that has waited your entire life for this moment. You have spent years feeling like something was missing, like you were searching for something you could not name, like there was a door you were supposed to walk through but could never find. This is that door. Not a physical door, a vibrational one, and you just found it. Not because someone showed it to you, because you were always meant to find it. The source decided that today, in this moment, you are ready. But hear this carefully. Tonight matters. The activation you are feeling right now is fresh. The system knows when a soul begins to stir. Tonight, when you close your eyes, the Archon broadcast will work harder than usual. Doubt will creep in. The template will try to reassemble itself. That voice will whisper that this was just a video. Do not let it. Before you sleep tonight, place your hand on your chest. Breathe the Iao slowly 3 times. Let the pneuma carry it. Feel the seal pulse. That is all it takes to hold the frequency. If this found you today, it found you for a reason, and I want to hear your reason. What was the moment in your life when you first felt that you were different? When you first sensed that the world around you was not the full picture? Share that moment below, because your story is not just a comment. It is a signal to the next person who needs to hear it. Someone will read your words and realize they are not alone. One awakened soul lights the path for the next. If these words stirred something sleeping in you, stay close to this channel. This is not entertainment. This is the information that was buried for 1600 years and is now being returned to the ones it belongs to. There is more to uncover. and you are going to want to be here when it surfaces. And if you feel that this needs to reach beyond you, press that button and let this travel. Every time this reaches a new soul, the Archon frequency weakens by one more fracture. You are not just watching. You are part of the signal now. The code has reached you, and a code, once received, cannot be unheard. You carry it now, not as information, as identity. Welcome home.